Michael, glad to have you on the show today.
It's good to be here. It's been a long time.
Yeah. It's been 2 years we last had this chat. How's it been since then?
Wow, 2 years, it feels like yesterday.
Yeah.
It's been wonderful. I think for us, myself and my team, it's been a journey and it's been a very enjoyable one.
Are you happy with the pace of the growth in the ecosystem today?
Well, without sounding too complacent, I'm ecstatic. I think that we have grown on our own projection by 233%. But having said that, we remain hungry. We're not content with where we are because we still feel a lot to be done.
But as a stakeholder and analyzing the industry, do you think the industry is making the right progress?
Generally, I think the industry is very interesting. The industry is into the bank, and the bank begin to realize that FinTech is there to stay. So you've seen a lot of collaboration. So I think from that side of things, I'm very happy with things that are going. Having said that, I'm unhappy in the sense that some of the collaborations also, maybe some people might call me and say I'm cynical. I'm very skeptical about some of the collaboration because they slow down things. I think that especially in Africa, in Europe, it's a totally different ball game. But in Africa, I think it's a little bit disappointed that people are not doing things at the pace, at the potential pace that things could be achieved.
So what do you think that we can do at this point to ensure that some of our startups go global?
There are several things that we need to do. The first thing we need to do is to get back to that. What makes you a good startup in the first place, which is someone who spotted a need, a space to be occupied, or people that are not being served or underserved people, and created a solution to fit in order to solve those gaps in the market. So I think if startups in Africa can concentrate on that, I think we'll get a long mile.
You guys are one of the success stories, and your experience is a bit interesting. Tell us a bit about how it's been.
Yeah, because I think that our biggest inspiration is, we always say, is from your mom and dad, your sister and brothers, your uncle, your friends, and that happen to have business. We don't do anything new, but we're just applying the old wisdom and old techniques, combine it with innovation in the business. Business is solely about demand and supply. And in some cases, you create both the demand and supply verticals. Because when you look at a mom and dad business, they know that they need to hit the bottom line in order to survive the business. While at the same time, they're looking for ways to bring, depends on what your mom sell, what your dad sell, whether they sell food stuff or whether they sell lace in the local market. So they have that discipline to know that at the bottom line, you have to be profitable. But too often, people go in the line of, let's get the market share. It works well in advanced society. Let's get the market share, then we'll become profitable later.
From your experience, what would your advice be to a young person starting out today?
Well, I would say that first of all, identify why you are starting up in the first place. I think that starting a company might not be for everyone, but if you're very clear and you have a very good product or service that you're trying to introduce to the market, you need to ensure that you go through your MVP stage of your process, then customization, then monetization aspect of it. And obviously, most people, when they start up things, they're always short of money, but they're full of ideas and energy. Those idea energy, you can harness it to really, really create a good vibes with teams. So I would say team also important. So at the heart of that is about providing that first-class service experience to your would-be buyer.
Let's talk a bit about your expansion into other countries. Why that move?
Oh, okay. For us, I think that we have the benefit. We started in 2012, and we have the benefit of having so much, millions of data. We use artificial intelligence to analyze this data, and data does really wonderful things. It tells you where to go, what the customer. What that means is, what do your customer actually want from you? And what is it that they're asking that you haven't provided? So we'll put data from the our customer service, the data of the request that we denied, that we used to deny and stuff. We collated all this information together, and to come out to see where our market actually is.
It would be interesting to know if you source for your technology locally or internationally.
We are indigenous build technology.
100% sourced locally?
100%. In fact, although we do have international staff,
But the
core are built with Nigerian fingers programming. Yes, within our team, we're a very diverse team. In fact, I always said that we represent what Nigeria could be when we all work together. Because within my team, we have Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, and South, as well, combined with British and Canadian. That's the director. Within the team itself, majority of our technology back-end developers are core Nigerian young guys. If you may recall, we are the official sponsor of NACOS, which is Nigerian Association for Computer Students. And the reason why we feel we want to see how can we play our part in changing direction and story in this country. And the way we see where we can change that part is by partnership with the source of those talents. We see those talents, we empower them with various things, and we employ them.
Finally, Michael, some people say that the foray of the telcos into the fintech space will ensure that some fintech companies go extinct. What do you have to say about that?
I think telco will kill small transactions. It's quite obvious. Telco will kill small transactions, but fintech is quite a wild area. I'm not going to use telco when I want to transfer $2 million to you or $1 million to you and stuff. I'm not going to use telco for that. I'm going to use, but telco will kill your likes of 2,000, 3,000 there, now and then. Of course, I think it's quite obvious. It's natural. It's not about killing. It's natural evolution. They work with it. But there are new set of technologies that are even better than the telco aspect of it. Telco have infrastructure that you can use, whether you have internet or not.
But they also have data.
Of course. They have huge amount of data.
So are you recommending that the smaller fintech companies have to merge or something?
Well, they have to be cannibalization in the industry. It's natural progression. The big lion was, I don't know whether lions swallow each other, but I think fish do swallow each other. So the bigger fish will swallow the smaller fish. It just depends on whether the bigger fish allow it. And that's why I would advise a lot of other fintechs that they should always stay ahead of the curve, not behind the curve, because those even bigger fish will be dying out.
Michael, from us to you and your team, we wish you guys all the very best. Thanks for being on the show today. Thank you. That was Michael Simeon, CEO of VoguePay, a startup that has bootstrapped its way to stability, leveraging technology and a good team spirit. While it's important to raise funds for your startup, it might also be better to build an enterprise that has prospects for revenue early enough. It's a wrap on this edition of the show, but the conversation continues online. Please join us on social media Remember, you can watch these and previous editions of the show on the Channels TV YouTube account or via cfablog.ng. For Tech Trends, I'm Chukwemeka Agbata.